It's a huge relief for the country, and I think the government has worked very hard to get to this point.
How did Greece get into this situation, do you think?
The backbone of our country is, and in most countries, is the public sector. We have a very good one, but we have too many in there. And over time, the governments have basically employed more and more people into the public sector. So a job that could be done by 1 or 2 people very efficiently is now being handled by 3, 4, 5 people. I would say about 25% of our working force is in the public sector. We have created a middle class, which is somewhat false middle class. They've been able to live under wonderful standards.
Because that middle class largely works in the public sector,
yeah,
and they're losing their jobs now.
And they're losing their jobs, or they're being brought down dramatically in the level of income they're going to be making.
So just describe the atmosphere in Greece right now.
The whole country is not as aggressive as what you're seeing in the Constitution Square. There's a lot of people who are very, very good people who want to work hard. And to those people is who we have to direct our attention to. We're about 11 million Greeks in Greece, another equivalent maybe 10 to 11 outside. The ones outside, everybody will know very well, have worked very hard and done entrepreneurial jobs, from owning their own restaurants to being, you know, millionaires and billionaires in Australia, England, America, around the world. And we still have a lot of that kind of personality in Greece, but some of it has been sucked away from us just because they were offered jobs. It helped re-elect different governments, both socialist and conservative governments, and that is what we have to change. We have to reintroduce the private sector.
Could this be a fresh start then for Greece, do you think?
The real issue is also the confidence factor in our politicians, whether it is this current government, previous governments or future governments. There's a very high lack of confidence in these people.
What about the future of the euro? Do you think it's going to continue to exist in the form it's in right now?
Being in the euro has not necessarily been very useful to us. It's been very expensive to live. The cost of living in Greece has gone up, and the minimum wage is around 600 euros. That will drop now to 300 euros. So it's very expensive to live. How can you survive under those conditions? So the answer is, I think it's going to be a very rough road for the euro, and it may change what it looks like today over the next few years.
But would bringing the drachma back be all that bad, do you think?
Bringing the drachma back today would be very painful, and would cause a lot of problems. I mean, you would reduce the net worth of anybody from 50% right there. But the only good thing that would come out of that is that you'd be at a completely rock bottom, and you can start from the bottom and work your way back up. Maybe we weren't quite as honest with ourselves as to how good everybody's books were, and how much reading we did into what we were receiving.
It gives a sense of sort of Greek pride right now, a great nation with a fantastic history, and currently all the headlines are about Greece being a drain on Europe.
Greeks have always been very confident, very strong people. That is our real, I guess, benefit, is that we are independent thinkers. We will always get up on our feet. We sometimes act the best when we are downtrodden. So I'm really confident that the future is actually going to be very good. We are in serious trouble, but we get rid of this fat and try to put ourselves back online again. It could be incredible what happens in the future. More hotels, more tourism, but at a higher level than we have been doing today. So it's a beginning what we're looking at. I think it's a long road ahead, but I have real confidence that we can get there. We just have to put in one step in front of the other, and really look to help each other in the right way.